We need a beat. Spin it again.
Come on.
Well, we have a totally different and an unusual guest on for what he has been through. And as you know, if you do know or don't know, I had a show called it was regarding cancer and all about cancer and what's going on and cancer with all the stuff that's happening with this, this cannabis and everything. And he has a unique story about the cannabis and how it had helped him. Lance Daniels.
Yes.
Now you used to be in a wheelchair.
Used to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he used to be in a wheelchair.
Wow.
And how long ago was that?
Well, first time it was back in '89.
89?
Yeah, I was paralyzed from waist down.
From waist down.
Right.
And how did that happen?
Yeah.
Car accident.
Car accident.
Right.
Were you driving or?
I was driving, but the brakes gave out on me.
Oh, no brakes.
No
I've
brakes.
always had that feeling that it would be awful if you're driving along, you put the brakes on and and nothing happens, it doesn't stop. I've always had that sort of fear.
And it was a rented car.
And a rented car.
Yeah.
So there was a big lawsuit going on.
Lawsuit.
I
Lost
hope
my
you won
friend.
and I hope
Yeah.
you lost your friend?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm really sorry.
Appreciate it.
That's tough. And then you said, now you got over that and had a second
I
one.
had a stroke. Right.
You had a stroke. So I said this was
Already.
unusual.
Yeah, okay, there's a lot going on.
This is a little
Like,
bit more
but
unusual than I
I-
anticipated.
yeah. Right.
But so you had a stroke, but you were awfully young to have a stroke.
Very young. I was
How-
37.
30. Well, how old are you now?
46.
No way. All right. Well,
I thought he was like 28.
I know.
Yeah.
It was like 89 and you're
You know the
driving.
saying, black don't crack.
Crack.
Unless you use crack.
I'm gonna
Right.
let you use
I mean, maybe
I remember all
God
that.
rest her soul.
Right.
So now for a second time, so you had a stroke
Right.
and you were in a car again?
No, it was because I have a tumor in my pituitary gland.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
so-
is your middle gland.
Right. So I was feeling dizzy and didn't know what it was, and back and forth at the doctor's office. Then finally they told me, they said, "Oh, you have a tumor." Not even a week later, I had the stroke.
Wow.
Yeah. So it kind of left my whole left side paralyzed. They said that I never have the use again of my left or my left leg.
Leg or the
Right.
left side of
Right.
your body.
I got up to 360 pounds.
Oh.
360 pounds
Goodness.
and everything. And then I was in a wheelchair, walker, crutch, and cane
Now,
stick.
you talk about being through it.
Yeah, I've been
You've
through
been
it.
through an
Been
awful
through it.
lot
Through it.
at quite a young age. I mean, that's quite,
Yeah, at a young
quite-
age.
But you seem to be able to handle it. But then you started to sort of realize that you needed different medicine.
Right. So what happened was they had me on all this medication, and then they wanted to take me off it. So they kind of convinced me to get on a spinal cord stimulator.
Stimulate.
Yeah,
I know
spinal
that.
cord
Yes,
stimulator.
yes, yeah.
So when it got in me, it was my body was rejecting it.
Okay.
And then a doctor told me, which is Lance, he told me, he said, look, try the cannabis.
By the way, Lance, who he's talking about, is not a doctor.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, I have to clarify that.
The other doctor,
The other doctor
who
was.
confirmed it.
Confirm.
Right, right.
Okay.
So I was totally against it.
Yes.
I was totally against it, and I kept saying no, 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 no. And finally I said, okay, let
Let's
me
try
try
it.
it.
Yeah.
So when I tried it, it was so effective and so good that
Now, were you in a wheelchair at this time?
no, I was like on a walker,
On walker
and,
and
and
crutches
cane
and
sticks
everything.
right. And so once I tried it, it was so effective. I had the spinal cord removed because the cannabis was so effective.
So this is where the cannabis comes into life, into your life. And how long did you take the cannabis before you started feeling a little better and feeling different?
I started about a month to a month and a half.
That's all?
Right. I started feeling the effects, and I started seeing me get up more. I was more rejuvenated. I got around more. It's like I had a lot
You were
of
more,
energy,
more coherent?
more coherent. It's like I started thinking more.
Really?
Right.
Now, when you had this stroke, were you being able to speak? Could you talk?
Well, my speech was slurred, right, and it was a delay.
Yeah.
So when you ask me a question, I answer, but it'd probably be like a minute later.
Yeah, to collect or
Right.
understand.
The
Right, process
processing
the thought.
time
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
of that. Because I know with the lupus fog, I get
Because
that
you have
too.
lupus.
Yes, I
so-
have lupus.
Yes. Have
And
you
I-
taken cannabis for your lupus?
No, but you know, I started feeling better when I did natural things like the essential oils and all
Well,
of
that-
that.
well,
I've never done
cannabis
like
is that.
I know.
Oh, I'm going to
exactly.
introduce you to my friend Lance.
Okay.
Believe
okay.
me, amazing guy.
Amazing guy.
This
That's
guy
what I
Lance.
Amazing guy.
Yes.
He's absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
He
Right.
just, but he's so knowledgeable and he's so interesting.
Very,
and so,
very interesting.
and he gets,
spiritual.
Yes, and very spiritual. But he gets into you. He's so concerned about you and who you are and how. It's just a sweet guy, just so sweet. So anyway, back to you on this cannabis.
Right.
So you took it for about 4 to 6 weeks and you started feeling the
Started
change.
feeling
So
it.
that were you surprised that it didn't take that long?
Right, I was surprised. What Lance told me, he said, it will take some time. He said, the effect that you have, he said, it will hit you, but it won't hit you as soon as you take it. So it took about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours before it kicked in.
Really?
And then when it kicked in, of course, I had to get used to it. But once I got used to it, I was able to function with it. Then I saw all the pain leaving me, from my legs, from my arms, from my back.
So we have to explain one thing about cannabis, and this is rather intriguing because we're so used to taking pills for the heart, for the liver, for this, for that, for whatever that may be. Okay, so we have like 10 different pills to take to
Right.
hit each place.
Exactly.
Now they all contradict each other because they all cause this and cause that. Cannabis is when you take cannabis, it heals everything. It doesn't go directly to any one thing.
Right.
It goes to everything.
Everything.
So whatever, even if you're not feeling good or you are feeling good, you can still take cannabis because there's things within your body that might need healing that you don't even know about.
Actually give you your memory back.
Well, maybe I should start
Right,
taking
right.
That, yes.
I need my memory
Because
coming
with
back an awful lot.
with the tumor in your pituitary, it make you forget a lot.
Yes,
So
yes.
when I started taking the cannabis, I started remembering things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it made me study writing things down a lot. I remember it just like
so
that.
people have got this thing about cannabis being marijuana. And sort of, it's you're going to get addicted to it.
Right.
But cannabis, you don't get addicted
No,
to.
no, you don't get addicted to it because you see the improvement of your body, and it takes the pain
Everything.
away.
Takes the pain away.
Yeah.
I know I have another girlfriend that actually started taking it, and she had this terrible back pain, and now she's taking it, and the back pain's gone. Yeah. Now you have to remember, and I'm going to definitely say this out there because cannabis does not cure. If you have cancer, it does not cure, but it puts you in a better place.
It puts you at ease.
It puts you at ease.
Right.
But we don't want to say it cures because we don't want to put something out there that's not really true.
Right.
So so how long have you been taking cannabis now?
Since March.
Only since March.
Yeah, only since March. And
Now, when you took it, were you paralyzed still a little bit?
well, I had a lot of pain, and
Yeah.
I was limping, and I was in so much pain. When people saw me, they thought everything was healthy. As soon as I get behind the closed doors, I put on the old man walk. I limp, everything, all the pain just come. So I started taking that, and once I started taking it, I feel extremely well. Extremely well.
Now, we can get cannabis, I believe, in Vegas. They've got many dispensaries
Right.
there. Is that true?
Yes, it seems like one on every corner lately.
One on every
It does.
corner.
It really does. I know there's 3 around my house in
And I
Summerlin.
believe there's a,
Yeah.
I believe there's a law, and I'm only quoting this. I believe there's a law in Vegas that anybody from out of town, from another state, can get cannabis here. Which
Their car.
The marijuana.
they have to have their card. But sometimes in most states you can only buy it in the state you are in. But apparently Vegas you can, if you come from, and I think the reason they do that is because Vegas is number one, very transit.
Right.
Number two, you've got people coming in and out every weekend.
This is true.
And maybe sometimes they need the cannabis, so therefore they can just present their card. As long as you have your legal card, and I'm saying legal.
Right, legal.
Legal card.
Legal
Yes,
card.
everything
You need
is
it.
everything. Yes,
You need
we
it.
like to be legit here in
Yeah,
Las
gotta be
Vegas
legit.
Live with Ninon. Yes.
Gotta be legit.
We have to be. Yes, everything needs to be legal and legit.
Yeah, but you can get it. So, which is a good thing.
Right.
Which is a fabulous thing.
It is.
So, how would you recommend Lance? How did you meet Lance, by the way?
It was through another doctor.
Oh, another doctor.
Right, right.
Oh, so this is really good because doctors don't like to actually recommend cannabis.
Right,
True.
right.
They
That's
don't.
very true.
They don't. They feel like they're on edge, and I believe you have to get a signature from your doctor. To go to Lance.
Right. So I had to get that to be referred to go to Lance.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So you have to get the referral for
Right,
that.
right.
That's again making it legal.
Yes.
And nothing like having it legal. But
Right.
most doctors
Doing
don't like to do
everything
this.
like you're supposed to.
I think my message out there would be, hey doctors, don't worry about it. If they can get cured or they can get sort of, the cannabis and that can help their body, do it.
Right, exactly.
Sign it, sign it out.
Take the pain away.
Take the pain
It'll
away.
take the pain
and who
away.
wants to be in pain?
Make
And
you
then-
feel
no one wants to
rejuvenated
be in
and
pain.
everything.
And that's what you call
Right,
a doctor doing a good deed.
Yes.
Don't we all want to do good deeds?
Right.
So yeah, but I was going to ask you, so you met him through the doctor. Now, how did you have trust in Lance?
I come from a spiritual family. My mother's a pastor, and every time I spoke to him on the phone, through a text, and I saw him, everything was about God. It was about God.
he's very spiritual.
So that pulled me in from there. And, yeah.
You knew he was on the right
I
path.
knew he was on the right track. Anybody text you on the weekends in the middle of the night and say, I hope everything's well, you're like,
Oh, you really
a,
care.
Yeah,
he's an
that
awesome
cares.
guy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like this guy. And then, we got the same name too, So I'm like,
Yeah, Lance,
hey,
both
right.
two Lances. And
He
this-
LP, I'm LD. So you can't go wrong.
I love it.
Not at all.
And this is why I call this a different section, because this is totally different, talking about cannabis. But at the same time, there's a lot of dancers out there that I know of that have pain because they dance all the time, and they
Right.
do all and this might be something to help them. So any dancers out there, get hold of us on Vegas Live with Ninon, and we will help you and follow you through on what you need, because I know Lance very, very well. He's a great guy. But Lance, thank you for coming
appreciate
on
it for
and
being
giving
here.
the
Thank
word
you.
out there
Thank
of the
you
cannabis.
should try
is
it.
okay.
Try it. It's better than, I don't like to smoke it, but to take the pill is so effective because it lasts at least 8 hours
Yes.
in your body.
Yes,
And
it
you can
does.
feel it. You're cleaning the house up, you're washing the car, you're doing everything. You're working overtime because you feel good.
You feel good.
You feel
And
real
nothing
good.
like feeling good,
Right.
especially in Vegas, because Vegas is 24 hours
That's
a day
it.
open.
Exactly.
So
Oh,
you've
yeah.
got to feel good. We'll be right back. Lance, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
You're welcome.
coming.
Thank
It was
you.
amazing.
We need a beat. Spin it again.